Sure, I've got the audio coming through. Yes, okay, cool. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Girls Frontline 2 event. Better late than never. Yes, time to go through the story for the first time. Once again. This time, seems like we got some nice K-pop music going on in the background here. At least I think it's K-pop. I don't know. Sounds like it. Yeah, it only makes sense given it's a Yuhi. But without further ado, the voice is definitely not going to be warmed up for this, but it is what it is. Elmo, the dormitory. As the music's final beats conclude, Yuhi finishes the dance practice with this perfect motion. I cannot help but clap at this mesmerizing display. Commander, when did you... Aw, it's this late already? Yeah, but I can wait. No rush. No, that won't do. I was the one who invited you. You're here to help me out, too. Okay, sit down. Have some tea. Yuhi expeditiously carries over a chair, stuffing a mug of steaming hot tea into my hand. A flowery fragrance hits me, emanating from the cup's contents. No need to go so far. You told me before that you wanted me to help you tidy up some neural data, right? Yes, the records I wanted you to go over with me are from before that special day as well, a time not unlike now. A memorable experience, yes? Yeah. It wasn't exciting or frightening, nor anything that changed the world. Still, I look back on it fondly and it taught me a lot. Alright, I'll do my best to help you. Shall we begin? Yeah, I'll be in your care. Commander, over here. Connection is good, and visibility is clear. Well done, Yuhi. Right, let's have a look. This place looks familiar. Should be... Lucero's nearby, right, Commander? That's right. I think your first time should be done in a familiar place. Well done. You've thought of everything. When you're guiding your juniors, you should also pay attention to... This isn't the time to be thinking about things like this. I should use this time to properly sort out my neural cloud. I'm ready. Alright, let's begin. Yes, let's begin by wiping out some diner gates, I guess. Or like bullying. Looks familiar for some reason. It's slightly different. Hey, I'm used to story entries and these usually having like copious dialogue, so it's a little interesting, but alright. Moving on. There we go. Data organization is going smoothly so far. Never thought that you would run into Nagant and Ksenia there. Yeah, I was a bit shocked too. With how big the world is, running into past companions by sheer chance might as well be a miracle. And they helped me out a lot back then too. I haven't gotten the chance to thank them properly since I got on board. Maybe I should take some flowers with me? What do you think, Commander? That's a good idea. Expressing your thoughts with flowers is a holiday tradition, too. It might be difficult to get real flowers in the contamination zone, though. What flowers were you thinking of? What flowers are good for expressing gratitude? Let me think. How about carnations? Carnations might be a little too... Well, maybe Nagant would be happy with that. Right? Carnations express both gratitude and respect. Ksenia, I feel like she'll like any flower as long as it's made out of Sardis gold. Haha. Right. Do you have any flowers you're fond of, Commander? Flowers I'm fond of? I have a few, but I can't exactly pick out a particular favorite. It's alright. I'm just asking for the sake of it. No need to think too hard. Here, let me fill up your tea. There's some dried flowers added into this tea. It adds a nice fragrance, right? Only we had some cookies to go with it. She interrupts my thoughts with her cheery tone. I took a good sniff of the liquid's aroma. Yeah, that's lovely. Okay, I think that'll do it. Let's get back to organizing. Yeah, of course. I almost feel like I missed dialogue in the second entry. Like, I don't know. It's a little confusing. Maybe it's this. On a bright and pleasant morning, pedestrians begin to filter onto the satellite city streets. The shops on the sides of the street hang up colored lights and put on displays of bouquets, dyeing the otherwise monotone cityscape. Yuhi stops in front of one such shop, lightly touching a petal as shock makes itself apparent on her face. Wow, these flowers are real? I thought they were plastic. Plants for viewing pleasure are expensive these days. Well, it is the time of year to express your wishes by giving flowers. Right. Charcuterie Sionbei's response. Sionbei's? Sorry, I probably don't know how to pronounce that properly. Yuhi inspects the message records on her phone. She scrolls up and down, failing to find Charcuterie's name. Is that like Senpai, maybe? Oh, there's nothing. Could it be that she didn't see my message? As Yuhi feels anxiety creep in, her phone begins to ring. Ah, Charcuterie Sionbei is calling. Hello, can you hear me? Good morning, Charcuterie Sionbei. Hi. Hang on, I want to look that up. It's gonna bug me unless I know how to pronounce it properly. Yes, it is basically the Korean version of Senpai, huh? It's Sunbay, I think. Seems to be how, at least they're pronouncing it in the video I looked up, so I will just go with Sunbay. Morning. Charcuterie saw the message. Compared to the previous version, the changes worked really well. Dancing with the falling snow, with the audience's full attention. Geez, all this talk makes me want to get on the stage myself. Really, Charcuterie Sionbei? Sparkle, my doll dance squad will welcome you with open arms at any time. Sparkle. To think of it, that sure is a passionate name. I must apologize, though. The cafe's been really busy recently. That young mistress is no help, and Centaurisi raised the standards of service again. But it's alright. No matter how busy it gets, Charcuterie will always keep the customers happy. I see. And here I thought you'd finally agree to join. But with your approval, I'm much more confident in the changes to the routine. It's a bit early to celebrate, you know. The plan might have been perfected with Sharkery's help, but where will you get snow from? The technology's only gotten to a refined enough stage to only emulate rain, right? And it's limited to the White Zone cities, too, though we get a few scraps in the Satellite City occasionally. Don't worry, I've gone over the files already. LUB-01 has a scientist researching artificial snow. I'm already there, on the way to their laboratory. Eh? You already left PRY-01? You sure move fast. The only thing left to do in PRY-01 is to practice before the performance. With the changes locked in, there's nothing left for me to do there. Once I got news about the artificial snow, I set off right after sending you a message. I heard that LUB-01 has an excellent dessert shop, and they say that their sweets are all super cute. I really wanted to go take a look. Since you're in LUB-01, Yuhi, could you go take a look and snap some photos of the sweets? Sharkery would be so very grateful. Dessert shop? This might be a good chance to get closer to Sharkery Sunbae. Okay. I couldn't quite hear that. Was there something you didn't want Sharkery to hear? No, nothing. Signal got a bit bad, that's all. Send me the shop's name, please. Give me a second. It's on the tip of Sharkery's tongue. What is it, manager? I'm on the phone with Yuhi. What's that? New coffee beans. Springfield's voice comes from the other end of the call. Sharkery has to help carry some stuff. Be right back, Cease. No problem. Do what you need to do. 5 minutes later. Here's the encore. Yuhi, you still there? Yes, go ahead. I went ahead and asked the manager just now. She said that artificial snow is some really impressive tech right now. Totes hard to put into action. Is my finest work going to sink before it's made in a voyage like this? It makes me angry just thinking about it. You won't know unless you try. I had to go to great lengths to convince the dance squad's instructor to approve Sparkle for PRY-01's special holiday program. If we miss out, who knows how long I'll have to wait for the next opportunity. If we need it for the best effect, I'll go for it, even if my odds of success are only 1%. Yuhi answers as she pats her chest. Simultaneously, she finds many people running in her direction with distress on their faces. Stop going in that direction, everyone. Turn back. The man at the front of the group shouts, and the passerby stop in her tracks. A robot's gone haywire and messed up the entire street. Look at all these bubbles on my clothes. I'm soaked. Yuhi, can you hear me? Sounds like there's a lot of noise over there. What's going on? Sorry, Sharkery Sunbae. A robot's gone out of control here. I had to go have a look. Robot? Out of control? And that Satellite City sounds dangerous. Maybe you should get out of there first? I can ask the manager to think of something for the snow. That's no problem. I'm here already. Might as well give it a go. I'll be a-okay. Yuhi ends the call, running in the direction the man indicated. Whoa, slippery. Before she could run a dozen steps, Yuhi steps on a puddle of white foam, and just before she falls to the ground, she extends her right hand, supporting herself, landing on her feet after a 360-degree twirl. Perfect aerial motion. That was on stage. The audience would have given a big round of applause, right? God, the sweat feeling on my hands is really icky. Just what is this white foam? Is that a firefighting robot? Snow. Snowing. A strange voice comes from her right. Yuhi turns to find a small automaton no taller than half a person. Stowing. I gotta make the robot voice for the... Snow? What do you mean? Wait, are you that faulty... Before she could finish her sentence, the robot spews forth a burst of bubbles, hitting the unprepared Yuhi straight on. My clothes, it's getting in my ear. Stowing. Hold up. Don't you run. Not after doing a number like this on the frame I just had maintained. The robot runs into the distance as Yuhi quickly swats away the foam on her and gives chase. Snow. Hold on. Oh no, there's someone up ahead. Well, the robot dashes along the pavement. Not far away is the senior citizen, not so keen afoot. Crap, if it keeps moving, there'll be a collision for sure. Where's the security bot? It's not paying attention at all. Yuhi looks over at the security bot moving along at a leisurely pace, gritting her teeth. Screw it. Whatever that sound is. Yuhi gets a running start and leaps into the air and delivers a stylish kick to the little robot's fragile joint. Sudden strike makes the little robot lose its balance and it falls to the ground with a pirouette. The old woman soon leaves the robot's path on the pavement. Phew, that was close. I nearly ran into that old lady. While Yuhi takes the time to escort the old woman to a safe area, the little robot springs to its feet again and hurries away, swaying from side to side. Snowing. Don't just run off. It's spraying all over the place again. Let's get out of hand. Yuhi looks about hurriedly, searching for a way to stop the little robot. He keeps spinning around enthusiastically not far away, continually spewing foam. Hey, aren't you K2? Yes? Yuhi turns around to answer, and two familiar faces stand right behind her. M1895 and Stechkin? Why are you two here? Look, it's complicated. We have some business to take care of. No time for that now. Why are you wet all over? Is it that robot? Did your robot go haywire? It's not mine. I don't know how to explain, but we need to stop it right now. If you just let it run around like this, we'll have an accident on our hands for sure. Can you help me out? Huh? Oh. It's a senior's duty to help out their juniors, after all. Wait, don't shoot at us. Look out, Ksenia. Nagant's reminder, Ksenia unhurriedly bends downwards as the glob of foam flies by just above her head. Any ideas, my good senior? This bubble monster is about to flood all the shops here. I'm thinking, okay? Get a move on at least. Don't just stand there playing games. Okay. Your wish is my command. Anya puts away her terminal, following Nagant's footsteps and taking cover behind a toppled table. Still thinking? Of course not. We need to prioritize getting the source of the chaos under control. Right. A2 and I will pin it down so it doesn't move as much. You look for a timing and grab it from its bubble-spewing dead zone. Eh? Why is the hardest part being left to me? Xenia. Okay. It's an order, I get it. How about an extra hour on my break times from now on? Oi, no haggling. Any questions, K2? Nope. Let's go. I'm not sure how to... It's weird that they split these now. I'm guessing these are just the, like, battle parts. And then some additional dialogue stuff in between. Of, like, the current time instead of her recollection. But then I'm, like, not sure chronologically where to play the recollections of in between. No running this time. Hearing the sound behind itself, the robot turns around exaggeratedly. Before it could focus its camera on Yuhi, Nagant had already restrained it with the rope she had on her body. Scary, scary, lawbreaker, lawbreaker. You're the one causing all this ruckus, and you dare yell that at us? Ah, right. I'm 1895, sketching. Thank you. Without your help, I probably would have never caught this little guy. Don't worry about it. Of course you gotta give an old friend a hand. Speaking of which, you're still the exact same as before after all this time. Really? Exact same? The exact same. What? But I tried so hard for so long. And you seem to hit Yuhi hard. This is our first time meeting after we left Griffin, right? Oh, right. Stetch can change her name. Goes by Ksenia now. Nagant here hasn't changed much, just like you. Still good old Nagant. Us elders gotta respect tradition. Two whippersnappers wouldn't get it. And going from Nagant in 1985 to Nagant is still a difference. Sure thing, buddy. I'm called Yuhi now. Seemingly still recovering from the shock, Yuhi looks like she is still coming back to her senses. Yuhi's your new name? Sure has a nice ring to it. Yuhi, do you work around here now? No, I work in a performance troupe. I came here to look for some technical assistance with artificial snow. Performance group? In need of artificial snow? Yes. Put together a doll dance group called Sparkle. The troupe recently took on a major contract, and Sparkle will be responsible for part of the program. To add a bit of atmosphere, we're looking for some help with artificial snow. As the topic shifts to her field, Yuhi seems to ease up a bit. Whoa, sounds impressive, unlike us. All we do is grunt work to help with city security. Basically, no holidays, too. We finally got a few days to rest and recover, but the first thing we encounter is a public incident. Whoa. Say, do you think I could get a bonus for overtime? Sure is one hell of a holiday you're having. Aren't you here for the competition? Competition? What competition? Is there an event or something going on around here? A holiday event of sorts, with a sizable prize pool to boot. Here there are rare flowers up for grabs this time, the type that don't wither even if left alone for ages. It's been the talk of the town. How come you haven't heard about this, Yuhi? Well, I suppose I've been rather busy with putting together a dance routine and didn't have time for much else. Are you guys here to win the cash prize and take home beautiful flowers for a special day? You got half of it right. Ksenia is planning to sell the flowers off instead. Old and gray as I am, I have little interest in money. I'm only here to help out at the request of my juniors. Well, I suppose all the funds from the flower sale shall go to me then. I might not be interested in money, but it's never bad to have a bit of money on your hands for the holidays. Wowzers. My good senior, that expression of yours is adorable. Wish I had a camera on hand to capture this. How many times have I told you not to tease your seniors? Anyway, we're already helping out, so we might as well see it through. Let's help Yuhi tie up these loose ends. Yuhi, what do you plan to do with this little guy? I have no idea who owns it, so I suppose it'll have to go to the security management department. Snowing. Looks like its operation logic's well and truly gone out the window. You want to see snow too? Like me? Yuhi bows down, lightly tapping at the little robot's head. It struggles defiantly, still bound in place. Is it upset? Why does it feel like this little guy's AI is actually pretty advanced? Let's hope that the management department can get a read on its owner then. A moment, please. A middle-aged man runs towards the trio, waving his hand. Thank goodness. We finally found... Ah! The man steps on the foam emitted by the robot, slipping underfoot and leaning backwards till he crashes into a pile of foam. Youch! That looked like it hurt. Some help if you have the time to babble. Nagant gestures at Ksenia and extends a hand to the man on the ground. You alright? I'm fine. The man begins to get to his feet with Nagant and Ksenia's help, but he stops as he leans on the ground with one hand and looks at the foam on his hand with glee. This feeling. The low temperature was successfully maintained? Fantastic. This isn't too far off from real snow. Snow? And there's just foam? Not at all. This is no normal foam. I'm trying to emulate the texture of snow with some special materials, but I must first make sure that its temperature and melting sensation are approximate to actual snow. Its texture is indeed closer to foam in its current stage. But if this simulation is successful, I only need to add a cementing agent and adjust the formula, and it will be complete in no time. The man wipes at his face happily, observing the half-melted foam in his hand while still sitting on the ground. Contemplating the man's face, Yuhi falters for a moment before furrowing her brow and observing carefully. Are you Professor Bowen? Oh, yes. You know me? Ah, so it's you. I saw a picture of you in a magazine, in an interview about artificial snow. I came here to look for you. Oh, a doll with an interest in snow? Gaunt extends her hand again and Bowen takes it, standing up. Thank you. There's more phone up ahead. Be careful. Oh, don't worry. Waving a hand, Bowen proceeds to the robot's side, undoing its bindings and gently rubbing its head. Allow me to introduce you. This is Lumi, the artificial snow dispersion robot I've been working on. Recently, the programming has gone a bit off, and it often runs about like that, creating trouble. Whether it's compensation or apologies you want, I shall bear responsibility. Programming error will be rectified as soon as possible. Lumi. I wonder why it was going on about snowing and whatever. Ease, I'm so slow. Professor Bowen, we really must agree to a request of mine. Yuhi bows deeply to Bowen. You are? Do you remember the name Yuhi? I sent an email to you a few days ago, looking for technical support with regards to artificial snow. Email... Ah, I remember now. Sorry, the past days have been busy. I haven't had time to reply yet. It's alright. I came here to talk to you about the matter for similar reasons. About what I mentioned in the email. Yeah, I'd like to help you, but you can see Lumi's current state. It's not the time to commit it to the market yet. I see. His head droops despondently. Owen frees Lumi from being entangled in the ropes once again. But, do you mind telling me the details of what you need? Perhaps it could be managed without Lumi. I live nearby. Shall we chat there? I must thank you for stopping Lumi before it really caused a massive problem, too. Really? I'd love to. Thank you, Professor Bowen. Can I come listen, Professor Bowen? Bonk. Nagant gives Ksenia a good knock on the back of her head. Stop going around and making trouble for people. It's no trouble at all. Sorry, but you two are... my friends. They helped me get Lumi under control just then. But, Nagant, Ksenia, weren't you two going to that competition? Well, we should help you get Lumi back first. If it starts acting up again on the way, we can help take care of it. You're not forgetting why we're here, are you? If we were delayed by something else in the course of going to the competition, we'd miss out on the cash and the flowers. Think of that holiday special edition hat you wanted. holiday special edition hat. Wait, weren't you talking about going together just a second ago? I'm just kidding. You're supposed to be the serious here after all. I guess serious one. You need flowers? I happen to have some flowers at my place, planted in the front yard. If you need some, take whichever ones you like. As thanks for your help. You mean we can have fresh flowers? Not the plastic kind? They're real. Oh, that'd be perfect. Say, Nagant, let's help the professor home first. Huh? Well, what's a little competition compared to the citizen safety? You tell me such things pretty often, you know. Okay, let's get moving already. I'm just gonna do a couple of these and then alternate, I guess. Well, this isn't optional, but... Get them out of the way anyway. These seem like new enemies. I don't remember seeing them before. Cube things. I might be able to kind of vaguely figure out at least some semblance of chronological ordering. What a shot. Commander, when the situation calls for it, even not so proper methods should still be used, right? You mean when you hacked into the city's CCTV? Well, you didn't use it for anything malicious, and everything ended well. I know, right? You're the best, Commander. You went so far to help Professor Bowen look for Lumi just so you could have some artificial snow? There must be something more at play. Eh? You're right, Commander. I did initially seek him out because I wanted to use artificial snow for our performance. After knowing what Lumi meant to him, though, I couldn't just let it be. And before I realized it, I started taking it like a competition with how good Lumi was at running away. Ah, that does sound like something you would do. Did I take that as a compliment, Commander? Of course. If you weren't like that, you wouldn't have been able to continue dancing. Commander? Seriously, getting all sincere all of a sudden. It's embarrassing, you know? But I do like it. A brilliant smile makes me ease up too. I'm looking forward a little to what's next. Shall we continue? Yep. This is the best part of the performance. Commander, come quick, over here. What's this music? Don't you want to take a break? You've been at it for so long. Does that mean I get to enjoy your dancing again? I just can't keep anything from you, can I? Very well, as you wish. I only just finished arranging the steps with this dance, so you'll be the first person to see it. Okay, camera. Amanda, what do you think? When I watch people dancing, I feel happier. Does this mean you like it? Can I take that to mean that you approve? Of course. It's great. Actually, there's more after this. Still, the intermission should be over by now, right? We aren't done yet. Ah, you're right. I think I should wait until it's all over before putting on a show for you. Oh, I was vibing to that music. Okay, we're definitely missing some flashback context here, but okay then. Rest in peace, boss. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming they're supposed to get a closer to 4 or 5 at that point. After less than 30 minutes on foot, the group arrives at the Bowen's residence. A 2-story house with a yard of average size. My god, Yuhi, you see? So many flowers in that yard. You weren't kidding. Haha, of course. Take whichever you want when you leave later. I remember when I was little, the real flowers were all over the place. But now that is no more, and we must make do with the artificial ones. Whenever I think of the children that never got to see plants in their natural forms, I can't help but feel it's such a shame. Yeah, the texture of real petals can't be matched by plastic copies. We'll make good use of them. Just that they don't stay in bloom for as long. Looks like my resale profits are going to go down a bit. What? I got Noxcus and use that again. Stop thinking of that stuff all the time. Decorative plants are expensive and difficult to find for sale nowadays, no? Why do you plant so many things, Professor? Well, a long story. My wife used to be quite fond of flowers, and she tried to plant them many times with little success. And I managed to get it right. It's thanks to the temperature of the satellite city being so stable, though. It's only because the temperature barely changes season to season that these flowers can be in bloom at this time of the year. Come in, let's not stand around. The group entered the building behind Bowen. Sit wherever you'd like. I'll go get some snacks and drinks. Ah, no need. Before you could turn down the offer, Bowen proceeds into the kitchen, but not before putting on the record player next to him on the way. A gentle tune fills the room, and Yuki cannot stop herself from lightly swaying her body to the rhythm. What a cozy song. Let me see. Dance and Dreams, I think. A rearrangement of a classic piece. What was it called again? Wait, let me have a look. Yeah, that's the name. A rearrangement of the piano piece. Rêve d'amour. I probably butchered the shit out of that, but... And it's quite popular as a holiday song these days. Throwing French at me all of a sudden, game. How do you know this stuff? I played in the shop I part-timed that. Yuhi reads about the piece on her terminal as Nagant and Ksenia chatter, taking in the living room's furnishings. Soon after, the rich aroma of butter and cinnamon comes drifting forth from the kitchen. Oh, that's... butter cookies and cinnamon biscuits. Impressive, being able to tell from the smell alone. I'm pretty familiar with what different sweets smell like. I got these from Passion. Have you heard of the place? Passion. He flips through messages on her phone. That's the place Sharkry Sunbay is talking about. Pretty famous here in LUB 101. It's positioned on a shopping street, and there's often people queuing up outside. Don't be shy. Eat whatever you like. I bought plenty. Ah, sorry. What? Is it not to your taste? No. I just do work related to dancing. I need to watch my weight. Dolls can get fat? We can't, but the other dancers all control their weight. I want to learn from them and train my mental fortitude this way. I see. What a shame. Owen places the tray full of cookies on the table, and just as he lets go, Lumia runs over with an immense excitement. Cookie, passion, cookie. There you go. Don't go throwing it about. Owen caresses Lumi's shell, picking up a biscuit and placing it on Lumi's round head. That little guy has a gastral module? No. I'd just like to sate Lumi's curiosity. It can't actually eat. Feels like you two get along real well. You don't treat it like a robot at all, with the way you touch its head so often. That's so. Lumi is something my late wife left behind. Its existence is special to me. Ah, the lady who left flowers, right? She's... I'm sorry. It's fine. No need. Bowen smiles bitterly, taking a sip from his teacup. Before doll technology became common, my wife was dedicated to the field of machine learning and led a research team for the integration of AI with robotics. But even after she passed from illness, the program never managed to break past its technological bottleneck. Because of the lack of progress on a technological level, the funds of the program were eventually cut, and things came to an end. Lumi was the first sample my wife created, and the only prototype. Did you keep Lumi to continue developing it? My field of research is not the same as my wife's. I've added many functions to Lumi that are my own research, but there's nothing I can do for the AI in it. My work can hardly be called development. To me, its growth is more like a little kid's. I teach it what I know, bit by bit. Lumi is very important to me. A certain gentleness appears on Professor Bowen's face as he speaks of Lumi and his wife. He suddenly gets a feeling that she shouldn't interrupt his reminiscence. Regrettably, Ksenia takes no note of the conversational atmosphere over here, her attention captured by the flowers used in the indoors furnishing. Lumi's AI is pretty impressive, though. It was this good back then? Yeah, the security bots from security management aren't on the same level at all. It's nothing compared to the dolls of today, but back then, Lumi had a high-performance AI, for sure. Just think of it as a product of things now obsolete. I see. Right. I nearly forgot why I was here. Professor, about the artificial snow. Can you tell me why you need this artificial snow and what you plan to use it for? Why... Mincing her words a little, Yushi tucks her hands away behind her back, running her index fingers together. Me and the others in my dance squad have a performance that's very important to us coming up. I wanted to add some falling snow in the middle of the routine to give it a little oomph. Even since the proliferation of collapse radiation, people haven't had the chance to see new white snow. The fantasy of snow is a key element of our dance's very essence, so I wanted there to be snow at the climax of the routine, even for just a minute. Looks like this is a request I can't say no to. Eh? Yuki looks at Bowen in surprise. If it's in a small radius for a short time, and I can be there for tech support. I think Lumi should be able to manage it. I can use this chance to get another round of experimental data. I'm sure that data gathered in a practical scenario will be valuable. Perfect. Thank you, Professor. Yuhi jumps with joy, a blush spreading across her cheeks. Not so fast. My agreement alone is not enough. It might sound a little silly, but I would like to respect Lumi's wishes. As a doll, I'm truly happy to meet someone who respects and loves machines like you do. So long as you do not mind, Lumi, come here, please. Lumi. Saw it run upstairs with the cookie on its head. Should I help you fetch it? Alright, I'll go alone. Bone walks upstairs but descends alone 5 minutes later. Sorry, did you really see it go upstairs? Can't find it anywhere. Yeah, I saw it too. Crap, did it run off again? Let's not jump to conclusions, Professor. You take another look inside, and I'll help look around outside. Senny and I will help as well. The flowers she gave us are precious, and we can't just take them for free. Wait, I gotta go too? What? Are you not coming? Well, my seniors already agreed, so I must follow in her tracks. Sorry to bother you with this again. Oh, I was just joking earlier. Please don't pay it any mind, Professor. If we make any discoveries, we'll contact you immediately. After leaving Professor Bowen's home, the group returns to the street side. Sorry, excuse me. So many people here. Why is this place so packed? This isn't the commercial district, after all. The place ahead is where you signed up for the competition, too. The sign-up area is decked out with special decorations. Whether you plan to participate or not, you should go take a look. I first ran into Lumi in a populated area, too. Could it have... If it really starts running amok, things could get bad. Lumi asked for a cinnamon biscuit from the professor earlier. Is there a chance it could have made its way to the dessert shop? The shop happens to be on the street, too. How about we split up and check both locations? I'll go to the dessert shop. I promised Sharkri Sunbae that I'd take some photos of the shop for her, so it works out for me. I'll be able to scope out the place, in a way. I should go with my good senior here to the dessert place. There's too many people around the sign-up area. It'll reduce her efficiency in the search. Tenia taps the top of her own head, hinting Yuhi that Nagan's short stature would make her disappear in a crowd. Xenia, you're having a dig at me again, aren't you? No way. I'd be more than willing to walk a few extra steps to the dessert shop for the sake of my senior. Suppose I'll believe you. We'll be off, Yuhi. Let's meet back here in 20 minutes. Yeah, see you then. Yuhi temporarily separates from the two, traversing a cramped street and moving toward the sign-up area. The sign-ups are situated on a plaza in front of a building akin to a shopping mall. Alongside the sign-up kiosk is a series of stalls that add to the holiday atmosphere, decorated with flowers and souvenirs in a pleasant manner. Finally here. Felt like I was going to be squished flat. Would Lumi be here? Big brother, there's a little doll dancing on this music box. You know what these are called? What names could a toy have? Let's go home. Yuhi looks toward the music box the girl gestured at, a piece of holiday merchandise on display at one of the stalls. Inside a glass shell is a miniature stage with 2 gift boxes. Upon being opened, a stout teddy bear and a cute doll of a girl take the stage, beginning to turn. Doll that dances with the teddy bear. The stage inside is pretty intricate for how small the music box is. Yuki stares for a moment at the spinning music box, getting lost in it. Dance. Yeah, you're dancing. Eh? Lumi? With the sound of a familiar voice, Yuki spins on a dime to find Lumi only a few spaces away from her with a few people between them. Dance, dance. Snowing, snowing. Excuse me. Sorry, I really need to get through. Go run, Lumi. Snow, 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 snow. Try as he might to get through the crowd of people, Lumi still slips through her fingertips while pirouetting. Just like the little teddy bear inside that music box, but spewing out white foam all the while. Whoa, what is all this wet stuff? Whose robot is this? Don't just let it run around. Ah, stop spewing that stuff already. Snowing. Big snow. Lumi ejects a massive quantity of foam as the people packed into the space begin to jostle and shove. What is that? Don't get it on me. The hell was that white stuff? Stay away. Sorry, that's my... Please, excuse me, thank you. Executing a perfect series of maneuvers, Yuhi manages to pin Lumi to the ground without injuring anyone nearby. Before the security robots could notice and arrest Lumi, Yuhi manages to make her way out of the crowd, still covered in foam. For the sake of keeping their clothes clean, the passerby managed to clear a path. Keep a proper eye on your robots, for the love of... I'm really sorry. Criminal, snowing. No snowing. Just hold on for a second, Lumi. Right. I should contact Nagant and Ksenia. Yuhi immediately produces a terminal, calling Nagant. Nagant, Ksenia, I found Lumi. This quickly? We're not even at the dessert shop. I sent you my location. Come quickly. I'm afraid it'll... Snow. Run. Whoa. What happened? Are you alright, Yuhi? Ran away again. I loosened my grip for just a moment. How's it so good at running? Does it have some marathon runner's data ingrained into its AI? Feels like things are getting more complicated. Well, this is just one part of looking for Lumi. Think of your flowers and stop complaining already. Come, let's go to where Yuhi is. The trio chased Lumi across 3 entire districts, but failed to catch the nimble little robot, only managing to tire themselves out in the process. Damn it. It's too good at running. Where'd it go? Nagant, did you see it go toward... Big sis? Eh? Yuhi immediately pivots at the sound. Before she can react, Lumi spews out a stream of foam. Her vision module's feed is immediately filled with white, obscuring her vision completely. I can't see. Stupid stubby, stop running. Ksenia, it's going in your direction. Stop it. Man, I'm beat. It's just too fast. Ksenia blocks Lumi's path of escape, and the latter quickly adjusts, squirming underneath a nearby stall's table. It runs into the table's legs, shaking and disturbing the wares for sale on it, and Nagant makes it over in time, stabilizing the structure. Oi! You got eyes or not? Watch it. Sorry, boss. Ksenia, go quickly. We can't lose it again. There's enough people over there to make up a wall. Say, you got any gadgets up your pocket that make me fly? You have one of those hats with a propeller on them that can make people fly in your collection? That kind of thing doesn't exist. I wouldn't have it on, even if it did. Hand on her hat, Nagant manages to get out of the massive crowd with some effort. Just as she moves to continue the pursuit, she finds herself on the pedestrian crossing in the middle of the road. Nagant, look out! The lights are red. Huh? Car blasts by, almost blowing Nagan's hat off her head with the wind in its wake. Got a death wish? Sorry. Nagan apologizes, moving back to the side of the crossing. Yuhi and Ksenia make their way over. This is bad. The little guy's nowhere to be found. Nagan, did you see where Lumi ran? I didn't see, sorry. The foam trail's gone, too. This is bad. The city's so big, it's going to be impossible to pin it down. Well, I'm sure there's another way. Let me think. Hey, isn't that a camera over there? How about we hack into the city's CCTV and see if it's caught Lumi? What are you thinking? That's illegal. Well, our circumstances are unique, so long as we're careful and don't get caught, it'll be fun. Fun. Fine. No, it won't. How can a law enforcement officer like you know the laws and still break them? We're not doing anything bad with the CCTV. As long as we don't get caught, no one will know we ever accessed these systems. No one knows, then have we really ever been there at all? No means no. No more of your delusions. But if we just let Lumi roam the streets, it might cause even more trouble. Isn't just letting it be a dereliction of duty? Isn't just letting it be a dereliction of duty? Did not phrase that sentence correctly. Well, it's not like I mind. Easier to do nothing. Nagant froze her brow. Think of the action movies. In order to defeat evil, the protagonist must step into the shadows, pitch black as they may be, right? I suppose that's how it goes, but... Well, while a certain someone has been fence-sitting, Yuhi's already on the move. He nods, already working on a hacking program. I've filtered a series of suitable injection modes. I'm willing to try anything that can help us find Lumi. If the security system catches us, then I'll just hack the security system too. Why is she so scary all of a sudden? I think she's filled with a desire to fight, my good senior. Well, since we're here already, we might as well help. I mean, supervisor. We can't be using the CCTV for anything other than finding Lumi. Alright, come on, Grandma. Let's get a move on. Inside level 2. I have access to the CCTV systems. Good work. Senya, you help look for Lumi. I'll keep an eye on the security. We need to be careful. Even more work? Please do remember to pay for me for overtime. As if I can afford to. Keep all the money from reselling the flowers, if you really insist. No, I was just kidding. Yeah, more of this goody two-shoes attitude. Unbelievable. What are you supposed to do about this? Everyone, I found something. You found Lumi? No, just some videos of Lumi. From a few days ago, by the looks of it. Can I have a look? Of course. Senya begins to individually inspect the files sent over by Yuhi. Look here. That's Lumi hanging around the sign-up area in the commercial district, right? Just doing donuts there. Shown up there several times, too. Strange system error to have. Nothing's out of the question when it's an error, I suppose. It's going to bother those pedestrians again. Look at the foam on those lawns over there, too. That ought to be Lumi's work. The professor's probably spent a pretty penny paying off fines for its sake. Old dad that really loves his kid. But why does it move in a pattern like this? Yuhi goes through the possibilities with a hand on her chin. Before she can come to any conclusions, Nagant's warning arrives. Security's onto us. Yeah, it's no good without some proper espionage tools. Espionage? That's the first thing you think of? You really... Please, is it really the time to berate me for this? Think of something quickly, or we're going to be busted. Security program is about to find us. Yuhi, have you found Lumi? Two more files left to check. I'll be done in just a moment. There. Lumi's last location, an abandoned building in Zone E3. Alright, let's get out of here, quickly. A moment before the security program raises the alarm, the three cut off their connection, making a clean getaway. Fending off annoying security programs and climbing abandoned buildings at this advanced age of mine, my goodness. Didn't you say it was good to get limber once in a while? Yeah, an appropriate amount, but not to this extent. Yuhi, are you sure Lumi is here? Yeah, its last appearance was entering this place. No records of it leaving. I think the chances that it's still here are good. The building's construction seems to have been cut off right after its roof was erected. Unfurnished windows adorn the mottled concrete walls like black holes, and the structure's reinforcing iron framework is visible in countless places. Ah, I see some traces of the foam. This should be the place. Who knows where Lumi is hiding? This building has more than a dozen floors. We'll just have to go floor by floor. These stairs are the only serviceable ones here. If Lumi hasn't left the building, we'll be able to find it. Does the professor know about this? I sent him the coordinates just a moment ago. He said he'll be here soon. Let's move up a floor. There's nothing here. Wait, over there at the stairs. Is that Lumi? Snowing. Snowing. Lumi leaps at the entry to the stairway, running upwards after Nagant looks over. Stop right there. Criminal scum. Nagant gives chase. Lumi runs away, spewing foam upon the stairs as it moves. Damn, Stubby. I'm gonna catch you. Ah, look out. Underneath you. Huh? Underneath? Eh? Why am I off the ground? Oh. Slipping on the bubbles, Nagant tumbles down the stairway. He immediately approaches, helping Nagant up. Thanks. Are you alright, Nagant? I'm not young like you lot are, but it's just a flight of stairs. I don't break that easily. Nagant touches her own head, lightly giving her hat a pat after making sure it is still on her head and exhaling a sigh of relief. Jeez, be careful. I really must be old. Can't even avoid a trap set by a little kid. If we go by when the systems were created, Lumi might actually be older than you. I mean, mental age. Mental age. Can't help but worry a little. Nagant, are you really okay? My frame's fine. Look, all of my limbs are perfectly good. Nagant stands up, flexing her body and hopping on the spot. As long as she still has her hat, she'll be alright. Come on, let's go catch that nasty little kid that doesn't respect their elders. The trio carefully move upstairs, following Lumi to the abandoned building's roof. Snowing. Snowing. Lumi walks in circles across the empty space, quickly running toward the edge at the sight of Yuhi. Lumi, no more of this nonsense. The professor's been worried, looking for you all over. Come back home with us. Snowing. Snowing. Lumi ignores Yuhi, edging ever closer to the edge as it spins. Without any safety railings in place at the top level of this abandoned building, Lumi is only a few steps away from falling off the edge. Come back. It's dangerous. We're on the 12th floor. Okay, we need to draft up a rescue plan and ensure Lumi's safety. A rescue plan? I don't think we need to railroad ourselves like that. It's easy enough to get it to come over here. What's that head of yours come up with? Well, Lumi's a little kid at the end of the day. All we need is something it's interested in to lure it over. Then what is Lumi interested in? Candy, toys. I think that's about it for what kids are attracted by. Those things are a bit too mundane, aren't they? Lumi isn't a real little kid, after all. Her robots, new batteries, machine maintenance memberships? Those are just your favorites. What do you think Lumi likes, then? Nagant thinks for a moment, seemingly coming to a conclusion. She confidently takes the frontmost position, putting her hands on her hips. Come back, Lumi. If you listen like a good kid, I'll go buy a nice hat for you. Lumi cares not for Nagant's pleas. The air almost freezes solid and silence dominates it for a moment. Lumi's not you. Why would it be interested in hats? Then I'll go with this. Nagant makes a weird face at Lumi. I don't even know how to imitate that sound effect. Nagant only manages to scare Lumi, who moves yet closer to the edge. That's no good. Let me handle this. Senia rummages through her pocket, pulling out a piece of candy in the shape of a diamond on a ring. She waves it around in front of Lumi. It's like 90s candy. Shiny. Lumi takes a few steps away from the edge, interested. There we go. See? Of course kids like shiny things. That's certainly one way to put it. Kids aren't dragons sleeping on piles of gold. Close enough. No, it stopped again. Senia shakes the ring again, but Lumi is unswayed, returning to the roof's edge. Huh? Doesn't work anymore? Of course you have no experience dealing with children, young as you are. Watch me. Shaha. Nagant begins a series of strange movements, crossing her arms in front of her chest. Hero of Justice, Super Galaxy Man. Lumi stares at Nagant, tilting its head. Hey, what are you doing? Doing Galaxy Man's routine. Don't kids like those kind of shows? You're the only one here who's a fan of that old pre-war stuff here. Lumi isn't interested at all. It's okay. I got one more trick up my sleeve. Here, the Earth Defense Squad's badge. The cunt produces a pin in the shape of a star, raising it up to her head. Paint's falling off that thing. Where the hell did you get that? Where the hell did you get it? Thank you for the follow. Shadow. It's a thrift store. That's so. Never mind where I got it from. No little kid can resist superhero merch. Come on, Lumi, get over here. This awesome badge is waiting for you. Star. Lumi moves a few steps toward the tree, but it quickly loses interest, returning to its previous position. Another failure. It can't be. What kind of kid doesn't like superhero stuff? There's no rule saying that it has to be the case, right? We'll need to use more direct methods then. Let's just grab Lumi. Nagant lowers into a running stance. Just before she sets off, Yuhi's terminal begins to ring. Music. Present. Lumi approaches again, far more interested than before. Hold on. Lumi's coming over again. Oh, is it because of Yuhi's ringtone? That's the track the professor was playing on the vinyl player back at his house, right? Yeah, that's mine. I thought it was a nice tune, so I set it as my ringtone. Ah, call from Sharkri Sunbay. Don't answer it just yet. Look at Lumi. Lumi stops his steps as he hears the music. It quiets down, gradually beginning to spin on the spot. What's it doing? I can't be sure, but I feel like it's almost dancing. That can't be it, right? I don't have any neural records of a type of dance that's just spinning around. But look, it's spinning exactly to the beat. If that's the case, I'm sorry, Sharkry Sunbae. To keep the music playing, Yuhi declines the call, picking up where the ringtone left off on her terminal. The gentle tune draws Lumi even further, like a child in a lovely dream. Yuhi slowly moves backwards with the terminal in hand. Lumi follows it as it spins, leaving the roof's edge. Now! As Lumi is distracted by the music, Nagant and Ksenia flank it on both sides, producing a rope from her bag, and Nagant quickly hog-ties Lumi. Phew! Thank goodness I brought the rope just in case. This'll only work for a little bit, right? Its tantrum after waking up amplifies their normal temper, you know? Just tying it up won't do. We need to make sure that Lumi won't go out of control again. And the only thing we can do is to get control permissions to Lumi right now. My goodness, am I really on holiday here? 10 times the normal overtime rate would not cover the effort I put in today. Yuhi and Ksenia rushed to Nagant's side. Despite her very vocal complaints, Ksenia quickly joins the others in level 2, accessing Lumi's systems. Shattered pieces of data drift through level 2. Yuhi extends a hand to touch one such piece, but to no avail. The data fragment passes through Yuhi, meandering into the distance. The ground beneath them, made of coagulated data, begins to fade and ebb. All fluttery and fluffy, like snow. Is this Lumi's world? Level 2s aren't usually like this at all. I'd say that it comes down to Lumi's model, system, and ports being so old they're causing incompatibility with dolls. Our environment here is becoming unstable, too. Yeah, we'd better find Lumi's logic hub and grab the control permissions. Staying here for an extended period might be dangerous. Yuhi's right. My senses are tingling. Everyone, over there, on the right. Are those weird shaped things approaching us? The group looks in the direction Nagant indicates. Behind a shining stream of electricity, information fragments congregate, forming dangerous shapes. Where'd they come from? There's so many. Judging by the shape, they might be viruses. Only viruses can produce such massive blobs of error data. They're not viruses. Look over there. Nagant looks over to see data fragments assembling to become new enemies. These enemies are all converted from normal data, and we happen to be in a cache area in Lumi's systems. I get it. It's data overflow. Yeah, the fragments are all legitimate data in and of themselves, but because of their sheer size and the data destruction algorithms, they're taking up a lot of the cache. Judging by the current circumstances, these chunks of data are reflowing into Lumi's operational space. Odds are those pieces of data are the reason Lumi's going out of control. Anya draws her weapon with a flourish, firing 2 shots, that was more than 2 shots, towards the enemies formed from streams of data. The shattered fragments sprayed in countless directions. Hearing her explanation, Nagant slaps her own forehead. Ah, yeah, that's it. I mean, of course, the young should be knowledgeable about these things. Good, good. Behind you. Ah, don't just touch my hat willy-nilly. Nagant destroys the enemy with a single punch. The data fragments fly in all directions, scattered in an instant. Nice swing there. I'm not a veteran in name only. Back, Nagant. They're reassembling themselves. What? Nagant takes a brisk few steps backwards. The data fragments reconvene, forming a cube. The two face off for a dozen seconds, but the cube does not express any desire to attack. Is it not an enemy? This cube's kind of familiar. Is it... It's a gift box, right? Shaped like one. The bow tie on the top is mimicking a packaging ribbon, right? It was attacking us just a second ago. Why is it forming a gift box now? Is Lumi trying to tell us something? Who knows? So much erroneous data here, it's impossible to predict how Lumi will act. There might be something inside the box. Let me have a look. Wait, Yuhi, don't touch it just yet. Yuhi reaches for the box. The moment she makes contact, a gap appears on the top of the box. A holographic projection soon appears. It is locked. I guess I just had unlocked a large number of them from doing the singular few event quest. Right now, just blast through this. I guess now the cubes and stuff make more sense. Man, I'm so glad that we got the mod key for Macchiato, so she doesn't just pop her ult and end her turn. Unless she has no targets in range. Much better. It depicts a lively woman pushing a door wide open. She runs towards her husband, who walks in her direction, hugging him tightly. Did it, Bowen? A prototype. We got a prototype. Nade turns around to shake the camera holder's hand, waving at her husband. Stubby robotic foot can be seen, the seams of its metallic plates joined with new shiny bolts. Come say hello, Lumi. Camera angle begins to shift and move, accompanied by the sound of the mechanical motors. By the sound of mechanical motors as the surroundings come into view. Squeaking. I'll only make a few simple sounds right now, but it'll be the future of AI. Professor Bowen, you'll have to redouble your efforts on your research project. Somewhat blurry video takes in the environment and the happily smiling couple. Owner info updated. Renee Candela, Bowen Candela. The video cuts off. The gift box splits into pieces, scattering to the wind and mixing into the surrounding streams of data. Was that man Professor Bowen? And the woman ought to be his wife? Her name's Renee? Most likely, but these video files should be within a storage drive. It's all mixed up in the cache, so it follows that Lumi's data processing has gone wrong somewhere. If we can solve the data overflow problem, Lumi might be able to go back to normal. Yeah, and I'm a little curious why these data fragments turned into a gift box. Look, there's more ahead. The fragments are coalescing again. Huh? Another box? Yuhi approaches the newly formed gift box. This is the second time now. I can't help but feel there's some kind of meaning to this. Hard to guess what a silly kid is thinking. Might as well see what's inside this time. Yuhi touches the box's surface. A projection appears just like before. The image this time is much clearer. The room's lights are off, and moonlight spills in from the outside, exceptionally bright in the darkness. Renee sits in a rocking chair by the window with Bowen at her side. The unknown amount of time that had passed left its mark on them, be it shallow or deep. Renee appears a little more sickly than before. Sorry, work tied me up a little. Sorry for being late. I brought some flowers. I handed some work over to my assistant. From tomorrow on, I should have a lot more free time. Renee accepts the bouquet with a smile, white flowers inside akin to patches of pure white snow. I know you've been busy. It's all right. Has the project been progressing as normal? Naturally. Artificial snow has been established and is now seeking investment. Then the project's full realization. It might still need some time, but there's hope now. I really do miss it. The snow we had when we were little. Do you think we'll be able to see it again? Of course. We'll have pure white snow falling from the sky again. You, me, Lumi, and everyone else will be able to have this blessing from the sky. It'll be my gift to you. The sound of its own name, the holder of the camera wobbles a little. Snowy, snowy. Mechanically repeating the word, it approaches the couple a little. Owen, Lumi and the snow were both my wishes, but it looks like I'll have to leave it to you to fulfill them. Owen crouches, taking his wife's hand and gently kissing it. There was a time my research went unnoticed by everyone, except you. Only you would discuss it with me deep into the night. From the moment I asked for your hand, your wishes have been mine as well. I only wish that this program could move along faster. Just a little bit. The camera turns towards the window. The moon had already sequestered itself behind the clouds, and even the stars are difficult to perceive. The voices grow muffled, and the images flash a few times before the projection cuts off again. So the snow and Lumia were both Renee's wishes. He hasn't stopped in all those years, even after Renee's passing. No wonder Lumia is so important to him. You do realize this was filmed a long time ago, right? Yeah, the professor looks way younger than he is now. I've got a good guess. When Lumia was built, the technology wasn't as developed. In order to allow it to learn by itself, Renee set it to intake information as frequently as possible. Unfortunately, the filtering and selection of the intake seems to be flawed. Though it cannot judge for itself which information should be retained and what should be deleted. Yeah, and the professor's field of study is different. Chances are he doesn't dare to modify Lumi's programming without a very good reason, so would never have figured out that the problems are caused by this internal conflict. Well, that would make sense. The professor has been loading Lumi with more and more information these years, too. If its ability to organize and tidy up data is far lesser than its intake, the system's operational capacity is bound to be taken up. It follows that Lumi keeps having failures even after repairs each time. I'm still confused about one thing, though. Just now, these projections have appeared via the form of gift boxes. Once would be written off as a coincidence, but there are countless forms that gathering data logically takes. The odds are just too low. There must be some deeper logic. Could it be that there's a gift Lumi wants? So if we give the correct gift to Lumi like we're appeasing a child, the problem might go away. Do we really need to go down that rabbit hole, my good senior? The data overflow here is pretty severe. The entirety of level 2 is messed up, and we can't predict its actions using normal logic. Yeah, our priorities are still to continue toward the control center and acquire the control permissions. Then the professor can run some checks, and maybe then we'll have the answers. The control center is right up ahead. It's just way too quiet here. I haven't heard a peep of anything. And the defense systems are quiet too. Those data overflow enemies from before haven't appeared again either. There might be an ambush. Oh, don't just say those things. There really was. Nagant, Ksenia, over to the right. And he is interrupted by Yuhi. A hulking beast comes into the purview of her vision models. The great machine spins in place. Ksenia's attention is pulled to the giant gift box floating above its head. A crowd of smaller defense bots gather around the massive beast. I knew it would turn out like this. It's so tall. Judging by the vision module feedback, it should be around 5 meters tall. Can't help but feel it looks familiar. The way it turns about, too. Could this thing be Lumi? There are some similarities, but only a few. Maybe the corrupted data is influencing things. Why would Lumi appear in its own level 2, though? This should be the form the system firewall takes. The gift box, then, should be the system core. Lumi protecting the gift is in reality the firewall protecting the system core. What is it with the gift boxes? Yeah, Yuhi's probably right about this one. See, youngin', better to slow down a little sometimes. Yes, I understand. The gift boxes are some sort of hint from Lumi. What's it really trying to get across? Everything it does is completely devoid of logic. There's nothing to be deduced here. We can ponder that after the controls are ours. We should think about how to get past this firewall first. Gift. Before the trio closed the distance, the massive Lumi suddenly stopped spinning. Countless data fragments emerge, flying toward it. The Lumi's body becomes even larger, affected by the fragments. Damn it, our presence here must be making the system errors more severe. We can't let this continue, or Lumi's original base code will be influenced as well. Senior, Yuhi, let's go. Yeah, we'll deal with the defense bots first, and then focus on Lumi. Nagant nods, and they three approach the defense systems together. I definitely don't think I would be able to mimic that. And its voices. Commander? What's with you? getting all serious all of a sudden. I was just thinking that if it weren't for you noticing what Lumi really wanted, who knows how long it would have been misunderstood for. It was nothing impressive. Uh, Olesia Sunsainum told me that the soul of dance is expression, so I habitually began to observe the people around me to see what they express with the smallest expressions and movements. Suppose I ended up in the right place the wrong way. Soul of dance is expression. An interesting phrase. It's true that when I watch Vepli and Sharkry, I can feel their emotions sometimes. You get it, Commander. That's right. Things on your mind that you can't speak, emotions you can't declare, all that can be expressed through dance. After the whole business with Professor Bowen and Lumi, I became even more certain about this. Dance can go beyond the boundaries of death and speak to the soul. If it wasn't for Lumi's dancing, imagine the regrets the professor and his wife would have had. Don't forget your own part in it. You helped out a lot. I pat her head. She looks upwards, a shade of red creeping onto her happy face. I was really happy to be able to help Lumi and the professor. I want to convey more and more things with dance from now on, too. I'm sure you'll manage it. I don't really understand dancing, but if you need help, I'll always be here. Speaking of this, I really did have another request for you, but I'll tell you after we're done for good with the organizing. There's not much left. Let's clear it all out in one go. Alright. Renee looks even weaker than before. The veins upon her shriveled arms pop outwards with a jarring intravenous line connected to it. Renee struggles to keep her eyes open, her exhalations forming a thin layer of mist on the mask she wears. The television in front of her plays the dated recording. In the recording, a girl places her hand on the young gentleman's waist, and the two proceed towards the dance floor. Lumi. Camera moves close to Renee at the sound. Shriveled hand slowly reaches over. I'm sorry. The project will have to continue without me. And Bowen's snow. The recording draws Renee's attention. She fails to continue her sentence. In the television, she moves to the music with Bowen, still young and lively. A flower in full bloom rests upon her breast. To the tune of Dance and Dreams, the swaying hems of Renee's dress form with lilting green waves in the air. That year, a man who knew only research, at the winter ball, he asked me for his first dance with a red face. Lumi, if it were possible, I really would like to have one more dance with him. To watch the first snow fall, to see the white all around, even for just a few seconds. And not long ago, the defense machines destroyed by Yuhi and the others had formed a new gift box. Its contents revealed themselves to them upon a touch. The video recording ends. The gift box turns into fragments, flying toward the giant Lumi. Yuhi redirects all of her computational power, going over the information she collected. Gifts, snow, dancing. I got it. I understand it all now. Yuhi's voice attracts Nagun's attention. Yuhi, have you found anything yet? Yeah, putting too much thought into it. The gift box doesn't mean that it wants a present. All of this data might not even be uncleared clutter, but something that Lumi treasures as a gift. Every day Throat, please. Excuse me. To it, every day it spent with the professor and his wife were a present. So it just kept taking in more and more information until its systems failed. That's not all it is. All of Lumi's operational logic is in the recordings. It isn't spinning around for no reason, nor is it a prank. Lumi, don't just stand there and talk. Look at it. Snow-ing. Snow-ing. Lumi raises his arms stiffly, spewing out a slurry of data fragments. It falls upon the three like descending snow, beginning to bury them. It can snow on level 2? Is there a way to need to make it stop? Whoa. Vertically disadvantaged. God damn it. Poor Nagant. Nagant is soon buried by the avalanche like Data. Only her arms remain visible, grasping at the air. Hey, my good senior. See the height of your flaws now? What? Xenia grabs Nagant's hand, pulling her up with some effort. Be treated like a carrot by my junior at this age. Lawbreaker, lawbreaker, snowing. The overflow's getting worse. We need to make it stop. What can we... I know. Music. And some dreams. Xenia, help me pull it up, please. Okie dokie. Make sure you pay the fee. Hurry up. Soon after, level 2 is filled with beautiful music. As the track begins to play, Lumi's data spewing space slows down. No. Dance. Gift. Oh, it's working. Lumi seems to remember this. What next? A more direct approach? Anya twirls the weapon in her hand, but Yuhi shakes her head. No. That might stimulate Lumi's already unstable systems more and cause a total breakdown. We need it to release its control permissions by itself. Get it to do that of its own volition. What do we do? I want to give Lumi a present. Please, help me. Yuhi picks out a passage from her neural records. The scene when Professor Bowen mentioned Lumi in his home while the scent of butter cookies drifted through the air. Lumi is something my late wife left behind. Its existence is special to me. To me, its growth is more like a little kid's. I teach it what I know, bit by bit. Lumi is very important to me. Will that bit work? I don't know. We have to try. Please help me out. With Nagant and Ksenia's assistance, the neural records are packaged as a data fragment. Shining with electric light, the fragment is placed in a virtual gift box and delivered to the massive Lumi. Please, messed up Lumi, accept this gift of ours. I'm sure it can feel the professor and his wife's unspoken wishes, the thing it's most familiar with. As the music ends, the giant Lumi completely settles down. The data within the tiny little box enters the massive gift box above Lumi. Not long after, the gift box it protected so desperately cracks, with countless data fragments bleeding outwards. The larger fragments crackle again, turning into drifting snow, proliferating through the unkempt level 2. Something wrong with my vision modules? Is there a projection on those fragments in the air? Your vision modules aren't that old yet. Those are the really love their old jokes with her. Those are the records of Lumi's life with the professor and his wife up there. I'll take the opportunity to mock me. Nagant puts a hand on Ksenia's shoulder, but her attention is soon pulled away by a blurry image upon a fragment. On a bright and pleasant afternoon, Professor Bowen takes his wife's hand, strolling along a small garden path. In the living room's gentle light, Renee and Professor Bowen together inspect Lumi's frame. Bathed in moonlight, Renee turns about to call out to two figures, one large and one small. Looks like Lumia really was fond of those two. Fragments are gone. This place looks like it's going back to normal, too. And Lumi's accepted it. It's releasing its control rights. Yep, we've already got the permissions. Currently removing the firewall's quarantine program. We're about 15 seconds out from having the permissions in full. Lumi won't be moving about randomly after this. Good work. Let's head out and take a closer look at Lumi. After the quarantine program's deactivation, Nagant and Ksenia take their leave. Yuti takes one more look at the images upon the data fragments before cutting off her connection too. It's finally over. Lumi won't go rogue again, right? I don't think my old bones can handle being put through the ringer like that again. Most likely not. I restarted Lumi after getting the permissions, and the overflowing data in its cache should have been cleared out for now. There won't be any abnormalities in the short term, but if the algorithms aren't improved as time goes on, there might be an overflow again, though that'll be none of our business. We really had to put in way too much effort for those flowers that Professor promised us. What a terrible deal. No, we're not done yet. Yuhi walks towards the still-bound Lumi, gently undoing the ropes. It might go off again. It's better to leave it tied up, no? Should be fine, right? Yuhi pats Lumi's round head. Free of restraints, Lumi begins to slowly spin again. Why is it doing that again? Alright. Lumi just wants to tell the professor about the wishes Renee left with it at a time of year where there should be snow. That's the holiday present it wanted to give to the professor and the late Renee. Well, that's what it... Man. My throat is not holding up well as it normally does for me reading this stuff. The water is not doing its job. So that's what it was. Why does it keep running away, though? Because it saw a doll dancing inside a music box. Huh? You two, look at this first. Yuhi sends the video contents of the last gift box to Nagant and Ksenia. Lumi isn't loaded with any knowledge relevant to dancing. So as far as it knows, that little doll's dancing might very well be the same thing as the professor dancing with his wife in that recording. Perhaps because it caused a similar scene, Lumi accessed those records sitting inside its systems. It wants to tell the professor about his wife's final wishes, but also wants to give the bits and pieces it's collected over the years to the professor, Papo, who has been missing his wife as a gift. But it cannot accurately express itself because of system errors, and thus often falls into confusion, inadvertently causing trouble. So it's been spinning around like that because it's imitating the doll it saw? That's how it wanted to tell the professor? Ksenia gestures at Lumi, still spinning in circles. Maybe, yeah. That's what dance means. To speak for those who cannot. To help those who cannot hear feel, to entrust stories to those who are watching. Is its AI really that advanced? You don't just concern yourself with those things at a time like this, you stupid brat. Yuhi stares at Lumia for a moment, suddenly raising her head and balling her hands into fists. I'm going to help it. With what? You're going to help it dance for the professor? I don't imagine that will be easy. It'll be hard for anyone to glean anything at all from the spinning. And there's no way you'll be able to sync your dancing stuff with it. Its ports are outdated, and we just messed with its systems real good. It's impressive that it's not having a breakdown. What do we do then? How about you just show the professor the footage you got, Yuhi? That won't do. Yuhi shakes her head vigorously. Lumi must express its wishes to the professor on its own. Let me think. Since there are no robotic shortcuts we can take, let's use a more human approach. He temporarily stops Lumi in its tracks. Ah. Hold on. I'll help you. Do as I do. Remember this well. Recalling the dance move she saw on the projection, Yi begins to play that music again. She begins with a starting pose, progressing into an elegant dance routine. Her dainty figure's flowing contours make up a familiar sight to Lumi, whose full attention is now drawn to Yuhi. Gradually, Lumi begins to move as well. It fully concentrates on imitating Yuhi's movements, clumsily extending its arms. Even with the steps simplified, Lumi moves nothing like Yuhi. I can at least tell it's supposed to be dancing. That's a pretty good start for Lumi. Found you. Bowen's voice comes from behind the three. He comes to a stop, doubled over with hands on his knees, catching his breath. At his age, climbing up these stairs probably took considerable effort. Rather than exhaustion, though, his countenance was full of surprise and sentiment. Without a single word spoken, the music and dance take him back to the ball that year. Lumi clumsily turns about, occasionally spewing out bits of foam as if having errors. Some of it falls upon Bowen's glasses. He takes them off. Blurry as the surroundings might be to him, he sees clearly the figure of his late wife. Clad in formal dress with an arm wrapped around Lumi, she extends a hand towards him. The couple's romanticism of their youth had been long buried, and never melted away like the falling snow. Dancing. Snowing. Lumi runs over at the sight of Bowen. It lightly bumps into his leg, pulling him out of his trip down memory lane. Take a swig. All this while, I never understood. Bowen leans down, grasping Lumi's front limbs and dancing to that familiar tune. Lumi spins rhythmically, activating its snow dispersion apparatus, spreading frosty snow, in quotation marks, through the abandoned building. Some optionals. Or whatever they are. This music. So silly hearing the beginning of it every time. This is an environment to suddenly be in. We got ice on one side and fire on the other. Alright. Last one. There. All organized. Good work, Yuhi. I should be the one saying that, Commander. All of the redundant data is gone, and I feel much better for it. Thank you. I prepared a present for this, actually. Present? No need, really. Keeping everyone in good shape is my duty as a commander. Oh, it's nothing expensive. I made it myself. Take it. Yuhi retrieves the box from the shelf behind her, producing a flower pieced together with mechanical parts. The flower's stem and calyx were constructed with levers and gears, the petals with a gradient of copper, and the stamen with smatterings of shattered crystal. Much time was dedicated to this present. Might this be a hibiscus? Yeah, it's about that time of year, and I wanted to give you flowers too. I'm told that the hibiscus signifies gentleness and resilience. I wanted to use it to express my gratitude for your efforts in treating everyone gently, including me. But a metal flower will never wilt, which means that I'll never be separated from you. I accept the gently glinting metal flower. Faint light upon its petals, warm and pleasant. Thank you. I'll treasure it. You said you have something else you wanted of me? What is it? Yeah, you mentioned it earlier, with Beckley Sunbei and Shukri Sunbei, right? The part about the soul of dance, his expression. I think so? With the understanding that you have of dance, you must watch them perform often. I might not be on their level yet, but the Sparkle Troop's performances have been getting great reviews from the public. Commander, you should come see us dance, too. Of course, but do I only need to watch? You think that's too easy, Commander? Then you should clap loudly and liven up the atmosphere with everyone. I'm just kidding. So long as you enjoy yourself and feel what I'm trying to get across to you. Yuhi's eyes shine with light, and her mien one of absolute passion. Such faith and remaining steadfast sways me as well. In a time as cruel as ours, this passion will forever be of inestimable value. Alright. take you up on that. That was a sound effect. Okay. And last entry here. The Satellite City PRYO1's Convention Center open amphitheater on a clear evening. The sky grows darker and darker, but the city's convention center only becomes more lively. Proceeding backstage for the VIP passes, Nagant and Ksenia find Yuhi in the middle of placing the finishing touches on the performance with Lumi and Professor Bowen. Yuhi, we're here. Ah, the professor's here too. Are the preparations for the upcoming performance complete? I'm finished with adjusting the equipment. Yep, everything's in place. I'm feeling good today. I won't disappoint everyone. Oh, right. Happy holidays, everyone! Yuhi produces a basket as she speaks, scattering the multicolored petals inside through the air. Whoa! Don't just scare people like that. That's something we're going to bring out on stage. You guys get a sneak peek. Happy holidays. Thank you for inviting us to the show. I hear the tickets are rather difficult to get. The gimmick of artificial snow pulled in a lot of the audience. I hear that the idea came from that senior of yours. If the chance ever arises, please do introduce me to that business genius. You mean Shark-Free Sunday? He was originally going to come as well, but some stuff came up at the cafe she works at. But check this out. Yuhi spins around happily. Shark-Free Sunday gave me this bow tie on the back of my dress. Whoa, that looks amazing. Does every doll who knows how to dance or sing also do handicrafts? Not only is she good at crafts, she's also a makeup whiz. When I met you guys, before I did, rather, I was talking to her on the phone. Lumi caused some trouble, so I hung up. I thought she would be angry. But after I told her about the circumstances, she complimented me instead. So she's a competent senior, too. I really must speak to her if the circumstances allow. Right. Professor, how's Lumi been? Any further incidents? After you lot described the cause, I ran some more checks on the central systems and spoke to a friend in the field. There shouldn't be any further issues. Gurgling? After things are stable, could Lumi's original be put into production next? That's still a ways off. After this performance is over, I'll still be deleting the overflowing data in Lumi again and recompiling the source code. What a shame. This technology Renee left behind. Owen smiles and nods, turning to the silent Lumi at his side. Shame indeed, but keeping Lumi in good operating order is most important. I know Renee's wishes now anyway. She'll always be by my side, like Lumi. I'll have no regrets. Yuhi nods as the backstage staff begin to call for the dancers to get into position. Sorry, it's about time. I need to go prepare for the show with Lumi and the professor. Your tickets are for the VIPs and the VIPs. Or the VIPs and the VIPs? I feel like they mean to say something about like a VIP booth or seats. Ready to catch every mesmerizing move of Lumi's performance up close. Eh? Lumi's going to be performing on top of providing the snow? Yeah, after that experience of ours, I had a change of mind in regards to the routine, so I made some changes. I asked the professor to help me train Lumi too. Just sit and watch. We'll be off then. Alright, we'll cheer for you. Leaving Yuhi to her business, Nagant and Ksenia return to the audience seating area, finding their spots. Oh, VIP indeed. What a view. Yeah, I don't even have to stand on my tippy toes to see the whole amphitheater. Not bad at all. Eh? What's going on? It's all black all of a sudden. Did they turn off the lights? No, they haven't. Is your vision modules really be getting that old? But I had them checked a few days ago. That shouldn't be the case at all. Procedural failure, then. I think permanent loss of vision might be in the cards. No way, right? I've never heard of that happening to a doll. Help me, Ksenia. Haha, I'm kidding. I'll stop messing with you. Ksenia chuckles mischievously, taking Nagant's hat off the top of her head. Ksenia! Gritting her teeth, Nagant begins to reach for Ksenia's collar, and the latter immediately passes over the hat in her hand. Made out of felt, the hat's celebratory colors are adorned with little flowers of yarn. This is the limited edition hat you always wanted. I bought it as a holiday gift. But it's expensive, isn't it? About as much as the flowers the professor gave us were worth, right? Yeah. All of the money from the sales went into this hat. You were hesitating, so I went and bought it for you. Money's just money. We can always make more. But we missed this hat, and it's gone forever. Thanks. No need to thank me. Just mark me for extra overtime pay in the future. I feel like such a failure. My junior beat me to giving a gift. When the show ends, I'm gonna go pick out a proper present for you, too. I'll be waiting, then. As they chatter, the lights in the venue converge on the stage. The elevator in the middle gradually rises, and Yuhi takes the stage first with her basket of flowers. Good evening, everyone. Before we get started, we have a few little presents for everyone. Make sure you catch them. Everyone, happy holidays! Yuhi snaps her fingers, sending many red drones flying through the venue, strewing candy and flower petals toward the audience. Oh. Nagant leaps upwards, easily claiming a peck. You don't like candy at all. Why are you going for those? It's all in the holiday spirit. Take this. The show is about to start. Stuffing the candy into Ksenia's hands, Nagant looks towards the stage with excitement. As the candy pulls the audience's attention, a cart full of flowers slowly rises to the middle of the stage. Now then, enjoy. Introducing today's special guest, a new artificial snow platform, Lumi. Adorned with bouquets, Lumi stands upon the cart of flowers, appearing at the stage's forefront. It turns as it sprays snow into the air. You go, little guy. Do your best. Snow gradually blankets the stage, and many audience members begin to extend their hands. The pure white foam lands upon their hands and hair, be it caused by curiosity or reminiscence. The icy sensation puts a smile on the audience's faces. As the audience's passion is ignited, the other members of the dance troupe make their entrance, and the scattering petals combine with the falling snow, illuminating the stage. As the music rises and swells, the performance begins in earnest. On this holiday, everyone receives a present they desire. Darn, no cutscene for the actual dance number. Not surprised though. I know it's definitely was an event that they ran during like Christmas time when it was on the China servers, but it's just silly to me in a way that they consider them running a winter event in the middle of summertime for global, but fair enough. Supply quests done and out of the way, and we can wrap things up. Silly watching Suomi's hand waving like double speed. Rest in pieces. Okay, you're just spawn camping at this point, Jesus. Not that there's anything wrong with that. In fact, keep it up. Point blank. And last one with the me boss fight. Has to shriek the souls of the damned, apparently. And Umi is dead. Nice. Skins. Okay. well, that's about where I will probably end it. Hopefully, everyone enjoyed going through the event along with me. It was a fun little story. I don't think I would say I liked it better than the last event, but it wasn't bad. It's kind of what I would expect for kind of a Christmas themed event. That tend to have heartwarming stories for games for Christmas events, typically. So they decided not to get into the, darker territory with this one nearly as much, which is fine. But yeah, anyways, thanks everybody for watching, and hope you have a good rest of your day, and hopefully I can get around to streaming a little more often. Probably gonna try to stream some more Monhun soon, when my friends get around to being available for it. We'll see. Possibly sooner than I think. But anyways,